besides doing maybe some other teams, some more popular teams, but one I really wanted to do as well. It is a Detroit Pistons rebuild in NBA2K22. Yes, the Cade Cunningham rebuild. Obviously, with Cade Cunningham being the #1 overall pick in last year's draft, probably going to be the next talked about NBA player like Luka or LaMelo Ball, Zion Williamson, someone like that. So what I'm just going to try to do in this video with my best ability is to make this team as competitive as possible, as fast as possible. So make sure you guys give this video a like if you do like this video, or just like my channel, like the content, and also subscribe. At that point, we're going on our way to 10,000 subs. We're making our way there very slowly, but you never know what could happen. And make sure to comment down below the next team I should rebuild. Should it be another rookie guy like Jalen Green, or maybe something else, some other big time team? Let me know down in the comments. So taking a look at the Pistons roster as I was going through that spiel. The shooting guard position is definitely the weakest position so far in the Pistons right now. Kelly Olynyk is sort of the new guy on the squad that just had a pretty big time signing with them. I think he has like a $12 million contract. His contract is definitely the juiciest of a contract to trade. So I think I'm gonna try to maybe throw in maybe a Kelly Olynyk trade somewhere to try to upgrade our shooting guard position, because other than that we have Cade, Bay, Jeremy Grant, and Stewart, who are all pretty good young players. Adding to that nice little starting lineup, why not add another good young player in Gary Trent Jr., giving Killian Hayes a new start somewhere else. Obviously now with having Cade Cunningham being the new sort of point guard for the team, I feel like Killian Hayes could get a good new start in a place that also needs a good young point guard to start their own rebuild, giving them also the good talent of Kelly Olynyk, making them competitive still. I feel like it's not too much of an unrealistic trade, but y'all know I'm a very big Gary Trent Jr. fan, so kind of cool to see. So, other than that, I think I'm mostly going to keep this team intact for now. Jeremy Grant is probably going to be on my next trade market guy, because again, not really someone I really want to keep on the team very long. I also traded for Birch, who it's kind of just like a rotation guy, just to sort of keep off the bench, sort of a good sort of vet. But yeah, I think as of right now, not really expecting a lot from the Pistons. If you can see on the top right hand corner, the Pistons are the 30th ranked power ranked team in NBA 2K, so expect us to suck, and I kind of hope we do. I don't know if the Pistons own their draft pick. I think it actually goes to the Thunder. If I do remember, I think it does go to the Thunder, so if we suck, that's also going to suck. But obviously in this first year, I'm not really expecting us to even be a play-in team, let alone a playoff team, so I think right now I'm just going to be trying to just build a team, which I think I did a pretty good job in getting a good shooting guard that maybe we can help build alongside these guys, or at least be competitive in our final year, which you guys know I usually just do 2 to 3 year rebuilds. Taking a look at the standings, we have the Philadelphia 76ers and the LA Lakers on top of both conferences. Looking pretty good. The Atlanta Hawks are actually kind of a surprise team here, being 3rd ranked in the NBA East. As you can see, it looks like they did a little trade here to get Blake Griffin and Joe Harris. Oh my god. The Nets traded for Clint Capella. Now that is pretty terrifying, not gonna lie. Having a big defensive anchor like that in this Nets squad would really be pretty crazy. This Nets team, 2K built, is actually pretty fierce, not gonna lie. The Miami Heat are kind of low down here. Here's the Toronto Raptors. Again, like I said, with the trade I gave them, I is still making them very competitive by also having a good building block piece for a future point guard for them and Killian Hayes. And the Bulls are a team that's definitely not really doing what we all expect them to do this upcoming season in real life, but we are, as you can see, and tied for last place in the entire NBA. Now again, I'm not really expecting a lot from the Pistons this year. I'm just trying to basically just keep the team intact, build off good team chemistry, and hoping for good potential growth from each player. Kind of what I'm hoping for. We also have the Clippers here, who I actually did take away Kawhi Leonard. I'm gonna give them back Kawhi Leonard maybe around March, early spring, because again, we don't know when Kawhi is gonna come back. But they're still doing very well even without Kawhi Leonard. As you can see, Cade Cunningham is already defensive-minded player to play alongside Cade, Cunningham. Obviously, both guys are very good at facilitating the ball. Hopefully, they can pair well together. Giannis won MVP, as you guys just saw, and Cade Cunningham missed out being Rookie of the Year. I think it's because we are, in last place right now. Oh no, we're 14th. We are second to last place in the Eastern Conference. We did improve a little bit, so the Ben Simmons trade helped us out just a little bit, which is very nice to see some growth at least. Taking a look at the All-NBA teams, definitely nothing too out of the ordinary. Let's see, All-NBA second team. Ooh, Demontis, Sabonis, All-NBA second team. That's pretty cool to see. He's definitely one of the best power forwards in the NBA, that's for sure. One of the best passing big men as well. All-NBA 13 again, I think super crazy. And our boy Ben Simmons actually makes an All-NBA team. So hey, in 2K, definitely seeing the love from Ben Simmons. Obviously not shooting the ball at all still, but still being a very good stat sheet stuffer. Taking a look at the play-in tournaments. Very interesting first games there. The Warriors and Phoenix in the first round of the play-in. That'd be super great to see. We have the Blazers and the Pelicans. We have another rematch of the Clippers and the Mavericks. And, oh wow, the Wizards and Cleveland are both fighting away for the playoff spot. That's a pretty cool matchup since both teams are technically in like a rebuilding phase. Taking a look at us though, yes, obviously we missed the playoffs. So, nothing really too cool to see here. I did see us having a lot of growth, at least Cade by himself, getting Ben Simmons. We do have a lot of good building blocks playing off of the year we just had, so I'm not too mad. Am I still trying to build a title contender? Absolutely, but mostly just trying to leave off this rebuild with the best case scenario for the Pistons. Alright, so the Phoenix Suns and the Warriors that make it the play-in spot, and over in the East we have the Knicks winning it out, and then the Wizards, I think, oh no, it was the Miami Heat winning out. So, having some pretty cool matchups in the East as well. Let us just simulate the round. Anything crazy? Nope, no really big upsets. We do have the LA Clippers with Kawhi back on the squad, losing out there against the Dallas Mavericks, and Luka Doncic finally beating out on the LA Clippers. It looks like Kristaps finally gave him a little help. Let's see. Yeah, Kristaps finally doing a little bit of work, getting about 20 points. Not bad. How much is he averaging though? Yeah, kinda some regular Kristaps performance there. Nothing too crazy. Awesome. We also have an upset of the, I guess if you want to call it an upset, of the Warriors beating out the Utah Jazz, obviously with the big three back with the Golden State Warriors. Pretty interesting. They always struggle a lot in 2K. They're always like a bottom feeder team for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe I should do a rebuild for them sometime and maybe help them get back to the top. Wow. We have a couple big upsets here. Let's take a look at the East first. With, wow, probably the biggest upset. The Boston Celtics upsetting the big three New Jersey Nets, the Brooklyn Nets with Clint Capella. Oh my god. Jaylen Brown having a stellar Game 7, and also, obviously, Jason Tatum gonna be maybe his best year in real life this year. Also, somehow they got a trade to get Terry Rozier back on the squad, so now they have Terry Rozier back on the squad. I'm assuming they traded Dennis Schroeder for him. And over in the West, another big upset with the Blazers beating out on the LA Lakers. Wow, Damian Lillard looking like he finally got some help from CJ McCollum. Cody Zeller seems to be a pretty good signing from Portland, having a big time Game 7 as well against the Lakers. And somehow also getting DeLon Wright, which, God, that'd be such an amazing player for Portland to have a very good crafty scoring guard like that. Oh, man. Oh, they also got George Hill, a very good vet point guard. Man, I wish Portland would do this in real life. And, yeah, let's see how the Blazers can match up against the Dallas Mavericks here. Oh, wow. We have a Portland Trailblazer Milwaukee Bucks final. The Bucks technically upsetting, the Boston Celtics. And the, Portland Trailblazers, I guess, are your NBA champions. I know this is a Detroit Pistons rebuild, but I'm actually pretty proud, not gonna lie. Just McCollum somehow wins Finals MVP. I wonder if he just had a couple really guess all those trade rumors during the offseason really tilted him a lot, shooting a really, really, really crazy percentage as well from three. And Cody Zeller also becoming just a crazy player coming off the bench for Portland. And obviously with Giannis not scoring 50 points, where it seems like that's always what he has to do for the Bucks to have a chance, didn't make the cut. That's kind of sad. Well, now we're on to us, back to being Piston fans. As you can see, the Thunder actually had our pick, and I thought they were going to get it anyway, so I simulated the draft lottery, and it turns out it fell. And since it fell out of whatever protection it had, we get our pick back at 7, which is pretty great. I tried to look for some different pick options to try to trade it, and didn't really find anything that good of options, so I just thought I'll just take my chance on a rookie. And this rookie's actually pretty good. He's a 77 overall coming out of the league. Could probably develop into maybe like an 80 overall by the end of the year, so just adding more depth to a good, hopefully, bench that we can add to our pretty decent starting lineup. So, gonna definitely sign him, and then we also have a lot of players returning on team options, player options, this and that. But as you can see, some pretty big time names coming into free agency this year. And I think if we want to make a splash, we really gotta try to get one of these guys, I feel. So, as you can see, there's James Harden, who might be a little bit out of our range for money-wise, but taking a look, we have Bradley Beal, and guys, I think Bradley Beal might be the option here. There's also Zach LaVine, who obviously would be a great option. Maybe some other ones like Aiden at a starting center position, or maybe even someone else like, Colin Sexton. You know what? Colin Sexton, but you know what? I think it's go big or go home for this series. And it's time to make some cap space. And I ended up trading away my boy, yes, Gary Trent Jr., even though I just traded for him. Don't get me wrong, I think Gary Trent Jr. is a really good, solid NBA player in real life, but clearing has some cap space to get a big-time player here. Getting another good rotation player for us, Brandon Clark. I think we're going to try to go after one of the bigger dogs again, like a Zach LaVine, a Bradley Beal. I don't think we can get James Harden. I think he's a little bit too expensive still, but Bradley Beal's definitely the number one guy, so if we can trade, Gary Trent Jr. to get back Bradley Beal, that's the game plan for sure. Now, if we get nothing in return, that's going to really hurt us a lot, but let's see what we can do here. So, trying to just find the perfect contract situation for Bradley Beal. I'm just going to sign him to a one-year deal, just whatever makes him the happiest, because again, I'm only going to do one more year after this, so nothing too crazy of a contract, I think. So, Bradley Beal for sure, going to try to get him on. Oh, we get him at a 99 interest, not bad. Taking a look at Zach LaVine, even though I just got Zach LaVine in my last rebuild, definitely one thing I really wanted to look at was maybe even a starting center. I think having, Stewart is a good, solid center, but maybe getting maybe a more defensive-minded center, a bigger center we can play big ball with instead of small ball with. Getting DeAndre would be the best case scenario, but he's a restricted free agent. Like I said, a lot of the best players on this free agency list are restricted free agents. I think maybe a cheaper option would just be Wendell Carter Jr. That might be not so bad. Not so bad. Maybe even Colin Sexton. I was talking about Colin Sexton. A good scrappy scoring guard, but even though I got Zach LaVine in my last video for the Dallas Maverick video, I'm going to try to get him again. If I can't get any of these guys, I'll fall back on my boy Zach LaVine for maybe a deal here. Definitely a lot cheaper than Bradley Beal. But as you can see, we end up signing Bradley Beal. Let's go. So, now we have a pretty nasty big three of Cade, Cunningham, Ben Simmons, and Bradley Beal. That's pretty nasty. Last video, we got a big three. This video, we got a big three. Let's see what we can do about the rest of the roster. So, I simulated the rest of the roster. Got not really anyone super interesting. The rest of our guys on our team had really good depth, so I kind of just kept the sort of same team around, just hoping for a better result. Bradley Beal had a very good year in 2K last year, having a very good scoring outage. Sadiq Bey isn't really progressing the way or how fast I wish he would, but he's still having a very good scoring outing. Having a full season of Ben Simmons, I think, will also help out our team a lot as well. Hopefully he can shoot a little bit better. At least since the Washington Wizards lost Bradley Beal, looks like they replaced him with Zach LaVine, which I do not think Zach LaVine would leave Chicago to go to Washington. I don't think he's a big fan of cold weather. I think he's trying to go to California, if anything. Anyone else? Anyone else? We have the I guess led Bulls by the Lonzo Ball. Man, that's pretty crazy. We have Kawhi Leonard, who looks like he's digressing a little bit as he is getting a little bit older, still getting a lot of injuries. Not looking all that sharp there, not even a 90 overall. Anyone else make any big moves? Any big moves, any big moves, any big moves? It doesn't really look like the Lakers are still looking pretty snazzy. Let's see, Luka, wow, they still have Kristaps Porzingis on that team. That's pretty controversial, I do say. Oh wow, the Pelicans signed Colin Sexton and Mitchell Robinson. Now that is a humongous pickup for the Pelicans. They're probably gonna end up being the 1 seed by the end of this. Jeez, that's crazy. Because we all know that the Pelicans are always a super cheesy team in 2K. But all right, we have our big three. Let's simulate to the end of the year and see how well our new and improved big three of Cade, Simmons, and Beal do. I think in real life this would actually work out very well. The only thing I really do sort of regret is not getting a good big to really defend against the other good bigs in the NBA, but I guess we'll see how that bites us in the butt. But as you saw, Anthony Davis won MVP, pretty nice, and Joel Embiid, Defensive Player of the Year, that's super sick, averaging 14 rebounds and 2 blocks, that's pretty impressive. And Jonathan Kuminga of the Warriors winning Most Improved Player, I think that's also a pretty cool thing to see as well. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander wins All-NBA First Team, also there with the MVP of Anthony Davis. Anyone else really raising the eyebrows? LaMelo Ball, NBA Third Team, and again, Ben Simmons now a 90 overall. Holy cow, he is progressing amazingly. Like I said, Ben Simmons in 2K plays really well, so if you guys want to get a player who usually is pretty easy to get a trade for Ben Simmons. He's a guy you can really get pretty easily. The Thunder are in a playing series against the Phoenix Suns. That's pretty fun to watch. Looks like Portland didn't even make the playoffs this year after being the NBA champions and the second seed out of the Houston Rockets. I never thought I would ever hear that. The second seeded Houston Rockets. That's pretty intense. I mean, they do have a pretty evenly balanced deep team, so maybe that's why they are such a high seeded team. I have no idea. Over in the East, we are the third seed, going up against the Washington Wizards, which is not that scary of a matchup. I mean, of course, we have Bradley Beal now, so it looks like it's going to be a little bit of a rivalry game between Bradley Beal and the Washington Wizards. Also, you can see that Cleveland Cavaliers made the playoffs. Let's simulate the play-in series, and it looks like it is Toronto making their way in, and the Atlanta Hawks as well. Then we have the Timberwolves making it in the West, and the Memphis Grizzlies. So wow, yeah, the Phoenix Suns don't even make it into the playoffs. Neither do the Golden State Warriors. That's pretty terrifying. And also, the Lakers are out, which is, oh, I'm sorry, yeah, I missaid. The Lakers are out, not the Warriors. That's pretty crazy. We have our first matchup here in the first round. Like I said before, with the Washington Wizards, not too worried about them. And we beat them in 6 games, sorry. Going up against the Atlanta Hawks, upsetting and sweeping the Milwaukee Bucks. Dang, that's crazy. That's super crazy. We also have a pretty intense matchup there between the Toronto Raptors, who, like I said, had Killian Hayes, and he's actually progressing very well and fast for them. If this was a longer rebuild, I probably would have kept Killian Hayes on the Pistons, but again, if we're trying to speed things up a couple years, definitely need to be traded, so upsetting the 1 seed, that's very impressive, not gonna lie. Again, like I said, the Atlanta Hawks upsetting the Milwaukee Bucks with Giannis again having good stats, but man, it seems like Giannis has to score 50 points every single game for them to have a chance. Any other upsets? The Grizzlies upset the 2-seeded Houston Rockets, that's pretty funny, but we just need to focus on our series against Trae Young, and no offense, not too worried about that, and we actually sweep the Atlanta Hawks, and we are now in our second year of a rebuild in the Eastern Conference Final. I'm feeling pretty good about this, but also still have Clint Capella, so they're even better. I'm hoping that this size difference, okay, yeah, it looks like, I knew after I was signing a bunch of players, like, oh, I should probably sign like a big man or some bigs on my team. I think both of our backup centers and our starting center and our backup centers are all under 6'9", I think. So we don't really have a lot of size. I think Ben Simmons is actually our tallest player on the team at 6'10", 6'11", and I think that might be our downfall. Oh God. Oh my God. You know what, guys? I think I might have failed. Well, I don't think I failed. Like I said before at the start of the video, I really wanted just to put the Pistons in the best spot that they could be. If that was a championship, that's dope. But I mean, if I come back down 3-0, that'd be great. But man, I don't think I'm gonna be able to come back from this. I looked like our defense just couldn't keep up with them. Yeah, we ended up losing. You know what? If we're gonna lose to any team, it better be the Brooklyn Nets because that team is absolutely insane. Ben Simmons had a great run. He was probably actually the best player on our team besides maybe Cade Cunningham, looking really good. Actually shot really well from three. I think he might have only taken like 1 or 2 threes and just missed one and made one. Bradley Beal, really good scorer. I think, I don't want to put this all on Bradley Beal, but I think we should have had a little bit better defensive team, not only on the wing with Bradley Beal, but also in the paint with having Isaiah Stewart only being like 6'8", not really being the best. I mean, look at that. Look at that. Capella had a great scoring game. Juan Gomez had a really good scoring game. Montrezl Harrell had a really good scoring game. All their bigs had good scoring games. I think we had enough defense in the paint, so maybe that was our downfall. Maybe. Taking a look at the Pelicans here, like I said before at the start of the year, having a very good trio there with Sexton, Ingram, and Zion looks like aren't enough for the Brooklyn Nets. But who is good enough for the Brooklyn Nets? I have no idea. There are the Brooklyn Nets. James Harden wins Finals MVP. Well, guys, let me know how I did down in the comments. I mean, I think from going to literally a 15-seeded team, the last place in the East, all the way up to the Eastern Conference Finals with Ben Simmons, with Bradley Beal, I think I did a pretty decent job. Let me know down in the comments what team I should do next. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure you tune into tomorrow's video. It's a very important video. Make sure you watch tomorrow's video. And I'll see you again in my next one very, 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 very soon.